welcome to this rather impromptu stream. I apologise for that, but I just finished work and I just kind of felt like almost a do-over from yesterday, because I just really wasn't that good a mood yesterday. So I'm hoping that sort of having an impromptu on a session today might go a bit better. So yeah, just gonna do a bit of sewing, just sort of chilling for a bit. I apologise, my voice is still a bit sort of croaky, so it's a bit one moment. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Yeah, so yeah, basically my throat is still a little bit croaky. So if you can't hear me, that could be why. Also, I just knocked the camera cable. Yep, it's still working. That's good. Actually, all it took was for me to move the laptop and suddenly the camera stopped actually functioning, which was great. Hey Will, back again. Yeah. I'm sort of hoping for a little bit of a do-over from yesterday, because I was really enthused for the stream and everything, but just so mentally exhausted that I don't know, I just felt a bit crap, to be honest. I still don't feel massively great today, but I just really kind of wanted to sit and do some sewing and sort of chill with some people for a little bit, so I hope that's okay. Surprise, yeah. She'll surprise you with the unscheduled Valentine's Day stream. I loaded you up and it muted. I wonder why it was quiet. That's okay. I started up the stream and forgot that I hadn't actually moved my microphone, and then moved the microphone and knocked over the camera. So, but at least you didn't get the shot that you did last time. Chill is good. Yeah. I just don't. At the moment, I really don't feel like mentally capable of doing anything other than just streaming and sewing and crafting and just chatting to you guys, I'll be honest. Which I guess is kind of a good thing, but I still have coursework and shit to do, so yeah. I just can't even be bothered. Can't even be bothered. This is much nicer, and it's far more enjoyable and far less stressful than anything else I have to deal with, so I would much rather be doing this. We missed 18 plus patron scenes again. No, sadly not this time, Will. You just got a great shot of my desktop, and of my little Steve badge, because the camera fell down and then you could sort of see the screen. So basically all you could see was the camera looking at itself in OBS, because that's all that was on that. Thank you for the host, Misky. Well, you're not going to get coursework done if you're not feeling it, so may as well chill for a bit. Yeah, that's what I figure. It's just like, if I'm not in the frame of mind to actually retain any of the information, then I'm better off not doing it, because I'll end up having to go back over it again at some point anyway, and then I will end up wasting more time because I've either not done it properly or I didn't understand it when I did it. So I wasted the time when I was exhausted and then had to spend more time when I wasn't to fix it. So I'd rather just not bother. Desktop. Yep, only the desk. And the little Steve badge, of course, which you guys would probably like to see. There he is. Little Steve. He sits on the desktop now. He guards the sewing pins. He's very efficient. Yeah, how are you guys today? I hope you're well. Hope your days have not been too stressful and that you've received an adequate amount of Valentine's cards. Because it is that day. And if you didn't get any cards, sod 'em, because you're too good for them anyway. Coursework is overrated. Yeah. Hey, Joy. Ad's still loading. Oh, wonderful. Bloody ads are a nightmare. I don't know what happened. All my ads disappeared for like several months, and then suddenly I've got them all back. I'm not happy. I was really enjoying not having to load several blooming adverts every time I went on Twitch. Well, I think it took them about a good month afterwards to realise I didn't have Amazon Prime anymore. Bless them. Thank you for the host, Will. Puke Valentine's Day. Yeah. Everyone in the office was like, "Oh, so do you have anyone special in your life, or are you doing anything nice?" I was like, "No. If I get in the cards, guys, I will be surprised." I'm like, "Oh, surely not." I was like, "You really underestimate me, don't you?" I do not expect any cards, and if I don't expect them, then I won't be disappointed. Hey, come home. How's it going? But yeah, I think I would rather. I think I would be more. I'd be more concerned if I did get Valentine's Day cards, to be honest. Like, who's sending me cards on Valentine's Day? I don't know. The only special person left in my life is Freddie Mercury, and I don't expect a card. I mean, that would be a pretty damn amazing card to get, I'll be honest. I would not reject that card, to be fair. Although, I think it might be a bit of an impossibility. Surely your generation doesn't do cards. Will it all be Snapchat and some other social network I've never heard of? I don't know, Caro. I've never heard of them either. I'm plain old-fashioned, sending things out by post. I like getting post. I like getting junk mail, but I do like getting post. I'll be honest. If you're looking for any hints or tips on modern day kids, don't bother asking me, because I will have no clue. I still own a Sony Walkman, and I am proud of that fact. I'm not quite. What has happened to this? I don't know if you can see that. That pin is like seriously bent. Ojoy is raiding with a party of 2. Thank you, Ojoy. Yeah, I wonder why that wasn't going in to the fabric. It's bent in like 2 different places. So that's useful. But yeah, no. Ugh. No idea of getting anything on Snapchat. Jeez. So I imagine the young folk thing is a camera filtered nude via Snapchat. Medical science would be all over that card if we all got one from Fred. That is true. No, that is cool. I know, right? I love my Sony Walkman. I think it's still hiding under my bed somewhere. It is around. It sort of resurfaces every now and again. It's one of those things I don't really use it anymore. Purely because I don't have any tapes and stuff that I've like recorded recently. Because all the recording equipment and stuff, sadly, that broke. And unless I'm putting it off of CDs, then I don't really tend to have anything. But the Walkman still works. Because I looked after it. I love that little thing. Hey Tim, how's it going? Yeah, that pin was extremely bent. I'm not even sure what's happened to that one. That could be one that's got jammed in a sewing machine or something. Because it doesn't look like... I mean, I think the only time I actually got a pin stuck in the sewing machine, it did snap it clean in half. Because I somehow managed to get it right. So, I don't know if you guys have ever used sewing machines, but basically, if you're using a sewing machine, then you put it so that the pin is going this way. So rather than, if you can see these, if the sewing machine is running down it like that, then you would put the pin in this way to so in theory the line of stitches should go over the pin rather than having like here, because then it would run all the way down the pin. So if you put them that way, then it should miss the pin. I somehow placed it so that the needle hit the pin square in the middle and snapped it straight in half, which is not supposed to happen. That is like a one in a billion chance of that ever happening, and it happened. I was just like, huh, well, that's fucked that one, innit? The only consolation was it didn't actually break the sewing machine needle. So whatever that was made of was clearly way stronger than these pins. And to be fair, I think these pins are like 20 years old, because I got them when I was very small. And I think that they probably are about 20 years old. That's not an exaggeration. I am that old, and I started sewing that young. But yeah, so whatever those were made of, sorry, I just realised I'm off camera with that one. It just snapped the pin straight in half. But I'm not sure what's happened to that one, because I don't know how it would have bent like that without me doing something to it. Let me get some of the semi-cold tea there. Christmas card in February, that's a bit late. just a little. Suggested going out to dinner tonight with Mrs. and realised we had grocery delivery and it was Valentine's Day. Oh, you've got a VCR DVD copy. Oh, that's nice, Will. Yeah, we do actually still have 2 two video players. We did have a DVD. Oh, well, that's nearly annoyed itself up. We did have a DVD player, but that broke. I have a feeling that actually broke. And then we had a TV with a DVD player in it, and that also broke. Like the DVD drive suddenly stopped working in the TV, and then about several years later, it just started going. It was one of those old TVs, and the screen kept going like green. It was like watching everything on Shrek TV. It was not very helpful. Wrong language. What did I say? Oh, yeah. It's alright. This is adults only. There. I had very older siblings and fathers, so I started swearing quite young. Got told off in primary school for it. Yeah. My parents have sworn my whole life like that. They would not curb their language in front of me at all. I did learn from a young age when it was appropriate to swear and when it wasn't. They still tell me off, and I'm like, well, you swear all the time, so can't really tell me off. You'll notice there are some people that I do swear around a lot more. Generally, I swear more around people I'm comfortable around. Although sometimes I don't swear out of politeness. Other times, I don't give a fuck. Like right now, pretty much. I think I've got to that point now where I'm just too tired to care about anything. Slept properly in like 3 days, and I think I had like 2 hours sleep last night. Woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning and could not get back to sleep. So that was fun. But yeah. What were we discussing? I've forgotten now. But yeah. If anyone does have any Valentine's Day plans, feel free to share them. I will not mock you for having plans on this overly commercialised holiday. You can enjoy time with your loved ones whenever you like. I shall not stop you. Hey Brendan, how's it going? Right, have I got any exciting news? I don't think I have. At the moment, I haven't really done anything to catch you guys up on. Oh, there's just random pin stuck in that bit. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything to catch you guys up on really at the moment. Sort of saw you all yesterday. Work was slightly better today. Ah, thank you Tim for the bits. Ah, I love the little heart, that's so cute. Yeah, I was actually just looking at something a minute ago, but it's one of those things that I look up from time to time, but never actually sort out. Because I've been considering building my own website for a while, but I'm trying to find somewhere and looking at prices and stuff at the moment. So that's something that's kind of on the cards. I think that will be like one of my long-term goals, rather than anything in the like short-term future kind of a thing. But also sort of trying to think of just trying to think of new ideas, really, like stream-wise and shop-wise and things like that. I may at some point, possibly over this weekend, get to try out the candle molds. Hopefully, I'm hoping so. If I can, potentially getting the AC playthrough done tomorrow. No, Saturday, rather. Tomorrow is Friday. I've forgotten what day we're on. So yeah, potentially getting the AC video done Saturday, meaning that I will have an hour on Sunday to do those instead. And obviously if it's already uploaded, then I don't have to do anything for that. Oh, you're lonely. My sympathies. I know how you feel. I really wish that there would be some convenient thing that we could all go to and actually meet up properly. I don't drink the devil's mouthwash. But yeah, I really hope that I really wish that this year there would be somewhere that we could all sort of go and have a meet up properly, because unfortunately I can't get to Rezzed due to other things, and the fact that they've decided to put it on weekdays because they're weird and kind of stupid. But there we go. If EGX is in Birmingham again this year like it was last year, I doubt I'll be able to go either, because that is a massive trek on the train. Friend of mine wanted me to go to TwitchCon over in America this year. We sort of jokingly planned that last year, and I was like, I think you're underestimating just how much it costs to get there and back, and the hotel, and the fact that I don't have a passport. So I think that one's out as well. And I don't really know of any other meetups. My credit cards for my chair arrived today, but I don't have a phone to take a picture. Ah, well, I'm glad they arrived. How is the chair going? Is it going well so far? I hope. apologies if you heard that. So I just smashed the mouse clean off the desk. I went like that with the needle, and you may have just seen that flying onto the floor. Yeah. It's okay though, because that tends to end up on floors very regularly. Right, the amount of times that my mouse has just gone flying off of tables. But usually when I put the laptop down, if I've sat it on top of the laptop, because the laptop's little, it has like a fan, like a cooling mat thing, and the cooling mat's got legs on it, so usually it's sloping, and I put it down, and yeah, just the mouse tends to fly across the room. It's lucky it's quite a sturdy one, really. Realised earlier that with you at work, I'm gonna overtake you on Lard's watch hours. Have you beaten at marbles? Yeah, I know. It's really sad because I really wanted to win. I really wanted to win at marbles, and now I can't. But to be fair, it was only for a sub, which I would have given to Lard anyway, probably. And, you know, hopefully whilst I'm working at this job I can afford to buy it anyway, so. Which would be nice. I am waiting for that giveaway though, because that sweatshirt is mine. What's a Birmingham? Oh, what's at Birmingham? EGX usually, isn't it? So I know they have EGX Resd, which is like the little one that they have in London. And then they have EGX. Oh, did it get moved back to London? Oh, which is why you're not going. Oh. If it's moved back to London, I may potentially be able to go. Obviously then, like you say, Alexander, that does put some other people out. Obviously because it's less local to them, and London can be pretty darn pricey. London, although it can be a bit pricier. Yeah, I was going to go to EGX at Birmingham, but not going to London. Aww. Yeah, that's the thing. I only tend to go to those kind of things if I've got anyone to go with. I've still got fingers crossed for Cambridge Wi-Fi Wars, but I don't know. I don't actually know if there's any tickets left. I haven't reserved any, and I don't really know whether I can do that one. So I guess I'll sort of have to see closer to the time. But of all places, to be honest, London is probably one of the easier places for me to get to. I mean, I've sort of lived like an hour outside of London anyway, which is weird because it's only that close by train, and that's because we're fortunate enough to live on a line that goes directly to London. But obviously it's very expensive for a lot of other people depending on where they're coming from, so I guess it's not always an easier option for people. Plus it's massive, and you know, if you don't happen to like massive crowds of people or deal with, you know, massive train stations, then it is generally off the cards. It would cost me triple in train fares alone just to get to St Pancras. Yeah, St Pancras usually has some kind of deal, but I think that is usually out of St Pancras rather than into. I could be thinking of something else completely. But yeah, London is usually more convenient for me just because it's closer. But with the convenience, you do end up getting quite a hefty price tag. Don't like London at all either. Yeah, that's fair enough. A lot of people don't, to be fair. And I can see why. Because, like I say, it's quite a big place and it's quite manic. I don't have any problems with London, to be honest. It's probably one of the few places I've been to I've not had any problems. I think the good thing about London is everyone there is so weird. I don't really take any notice. My navigational skills seem to improve whenever I go to London as well. I can find things a lot easier. I literally have abstained for 5 weeks. I do plan to get full down drunk on Saturdays. My birthday's Monday. You be safe, Brendan. As long as you're full down drunk and not pass out in the middle of a road drunk, you're all good. Because, you know, that's never a good place to be. But yeah, I'm not really, I mean, you may have noticed this. I'm not a massively social person as it is. So I'm not really sort of au fait when it comes to like meetups and potential places for people to go to. Generally, unless I hear about it on Facebook or Twitter through someone that I know, well, from the people that are advertising it directly, because no one ever invites me to these things. Yeah, generally, unless I've heard about it firsthand, I don't tend to know whenever there's anything on. EGX in London in October this year. Yeah, well, I might be able to, if it's in London. It's more likely that I'd be able to do it in London that late in the year. I keep buffering, so I'm gonna call it and go cook. Catch you there. Oh, I'm sorry, Will. See you later. I hope you have a good meal. Sorry it's buffering for you. I've had a few drop frames. I say few, it says 17. But it seems to be better than it was yesterday. I think I ended the stream with like 60 drop frames or something. It was ridiculous. I think the router has been reset since then, and it got slightly better. Right. I think I'm gonna go either till I've finished this whole row or I'm interrupted. Whichever one's first. Looks like there are still tickets for Cambridge Wi-Fi. Oh, well, that's great. I won't know until closer to my birthday, I don't think, till whether or not I can actually go. I really hope I can. I wish there was a way that I could reserve tickets, because I don't want to buy them and then because I don't actually know if they're refundable. I don't think they are, unless they cancel. Because I know that when they cancelled the first one, I did get refunded, but I don't know if I can buy tickets and then get them refunded if I can't go. I don't think I can, because digital stuff, you can't really do that anymore, can you? But I wish that I could, like, I'm almost tempted to DM Steve and just be like, I don't know if I can actually make it. Is there any way that you could like reserve me the tickets? Just like allocate those out of the thing. It's not like I don't pay you enough on Twitch subs. give me a little favour? But something tells me you probably can't actually do that. And you probably wouldn't know how to anyway. Surely no, the guy that does it has got to have some perks though, right? But yeah, I've got my fingers crossed for that one, and I kind of feel like, I mean, compared to the last place I was working, that these guys are probably more likely to give me the time off. I did say the only exception is generally like the start of a month, because that's usually when it's busier, which is fair enough. But as my birthday is sort of towards the middle of the month, and it's actually like 2 weeks in, so that's kind of like the middle. That might not be an issue. I'm hoping. I'm also hoping at the moment that they don't put the prices of the Travelodge up too much, because right now they got reasonable prices. Last time I booked, because I had to book last minute because I didn't want them cancelling again. I think I paid like 80 something quid just for the Travelodge. That was not fun. It was not fun because it was like 50 when I originally saw it. Right now it's like 30 something. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it this time, and if the price starts creeping up, I might just ask and see if I can get it off. Because they have the 2 shows, so there's no way that I would get back for a Monday. Because it takes like 3 hours on the train. And that's only assuming that the trains are running on a Sunday, which they usually aren't. So I've got caught of that one before when I've been up to Norfolk and back, and they're like, oh yeah, the trains are cancelled on Sundays, and you're like, it's going to take 5 hours to get home this time, and we're going to stick you on a replacement bus just cause we can. So I'd rather come back on a Monday. How much have we actually got? Oh, we haven't got that much left. Got a few squares. Keep sort of slouching down in the chair and then wondering why I can't actually get the desk properly. Just looked up to get to EGX from where I live. It cost me £75 in train tickets. Yeesh. Yeah, I had the same thing with Leicester, and the worst thing is that at that time that would be a booking with my my rail card. My rail card has actually expired, so I do need to make sure that I renew that before I book any trains. But yeah, it would cost. It isn't refund tickets. Well, I mean that's fair enough. I didn't expect it, to be honest. The tickets aren't themselves aren't expensive. Obviously, if I had the money at the moment, I would just go, yeah, I'm doing that. But I don't want to. Considering last time it took ages to get refunded because they cancelled it, I don't really want to waste the money booking it if I can't actually go. Yeah, that's true. Even if the show gets cancelled. That's the thing, obviously. If the show gets cancelled, then I get the refund anyway. That's not too much of an issue. I just don't want to sort of get it all excited and then not actually be able to go. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah. So I had a similar problem with looking into going to Leicester, Alex. Like even with my rail card discount, it would cost like 80 quid. Without it, it was about 100. Just for a train. Just for a train ride that took like 3 hours. I was like, yeah, so I'm not doing that. This could be the best comedy show ever. I'm not in a hurry to see it. I literally do not have time for that. Ow. Stab myself with a needle. It's a ridiculous amount of money. We can go to the Cambridge Computer Museum and play games there. Woo! That does sound like a pretty fun day out. Why do we still have money? Somebody's gotta lord it over the rest of everyone else, don't they? Don't they, Joy? No. Someone's gotta feel superior. Money in my mind is a completely ridiculous notion. It's like, well, you know, we're supposed to better ourselves than animals, but you don't see an animal, you know, go into a food bank because it can't afford to feed its family, do you? No. They'll go hungry, and then they'll go out tomorrow and they'll hunt something. Or, you know, they'll find berries or whatever in the wild. No, with humans, you have to get this completely ridiculous piece of paper and, you know, or little metal discs, and if you don't have the required amount, then you go hungry. It's like, what kind of society have we built ourselves? And believe that we're better than animals. It is confusing to me. So, as it is almost the weekend, has anyone got any plans? Anyone doing streaming or anything? Or going anywhere nice? Don't know why that suddenly stuck. No, okay. I'm not sure on that one. So, just decided to be a bit funny. Oh, of course. That's fine. We'll just cut that bit off. No one will see it when the back of the blanket's on anyway. So yeah. Leicester only cost me £12 return on the train. Ugh. So you are lucky. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, like, considering, I'll be honest, what a poor show some of these train providers actually put on. You know, when they can't get the train from one end of the line to the other without some kind of delay or issue occurring. I find it absolutely ridiculous the prices that I actually charge for this stuff. Oh God, please bring us the sweet release of the weekend. Yeah, I figure there. No real plans. Yeah, that's fair enough. I've not used Virgin, but I hear they're useless. I don't think I've actually used them. Just because we don't have their trains down here. We have the southern trains, and they can go from absolutely amazing to completely abysmal, and just about as useful as a chocolate teaspoon in the space of like 2 days. They can be running on time, they can be perfect, and then other days they can be like half an hour late or like 2 minutes early, so you get to the platform and they've already buggered off, and then you have to wait for another hour, like they've done to me before, because they arrived when they weren't supposed to. The trains down here are alright for the most part, although I hear there were issues after the company that runs them was bought out. Not been on a train since May. Got to go to London Comic Con. Might go in October. I've always wanted to go to Comic Con, but I feel like it's going to be like one of those overly populated places where there are masses of people, probably dressed up, and I'm just going to be wandering around by myself. Like, yep. So I don't know anyone here. Which is pretty much how I felt at Rest, I'll be honest. But I did at least have company for that. But yeah, so some of them are a bit hit and miss. Some of them are completely consistently useless. I don't think I've ever found a train line that runs, effectively. I think the only consolation is that in London, usually, because London is like a vast area, there is either some kind of alternative route that you can take, or they run the trains more often anyway, so there isn't an issue. But no, around here. Around here the trains are better than the buses. But that's as far as I'd go. Like they can be completely and utterly useless at times. But yeah, depending on if anyone's going to EGX, I might pop along if I can. But again, that's another one of those things so far in the future at the moment. I don't even know what I'm doing from day to day, so it could all change. Yeah, we got off with the wrong stop once and had to go back in previous direction because none of the trains we needed were stopping at that station. Yeah, that is a pain. I still swear that station was in the Twilight Zone. Oh, that is actually the worst thing about London tube stations is if you're not au fait with them, and some of them they do still catch me out. If you don't know them very well, then they are an absolute minefield to sort of route around because you get certain. You've got so many different lines and only certain stops intercept at different stops. So, and they generally go in two directions as well. So you can quite end up easily either going back the wrong way when you change a station, or getting on the wrong train and ending up not getting to the place that you're trying to get to. And yeah, it doesn't work. Or best case scenario, end up at the tube station about 2 minutes down the road from the one that you're trying to go off at anyway. Yeah, I found it really confusing, even with directions from Google. I'll be honest, that might be where you're going wrong, because Google have a tendency to not be very helpful with their directions, shall we say. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure they would help very much on a tube station. If you ever go to yeah, I've done that. If you ever go to like a bigger station, somewhere like Charing Cross or something, somewhere with a help desk, generally you can ask them for a tube map. You do look like a bit of a tourist, but they do help so much. Got there in the end. Yeah, that's the main thing. As long as you get there. Sometimes it can take a little while longer. But like I say, some train stations or tube stations, depending on how big they are, can be very helpful in giving you little maps to sort of show you all of the different tubes and which ones they intercept with. It was great because the first time I went on a train on my own to somewhere was to London, and I had no idea where I was going at all. And that map was a lifesaver, because otherwise I wouldn't have ended up in the completely wrong direction. I still do, every now and again. It happens. Okay, it's got an annoying little knot in the thread, of course. Which unfortunately I cannot get out. Yeah, I usually find it alright, but directions between London train stations were rather hit and miss. Yeah. Yeah, that is another thing. The best one is when Google Maps directs you through streets via their street name, and the street that you're on does not have a name. It's just like, oh, go down such and such street, and you're like, but where is that one? There's no names around here. I'm literally flying blind. I had that actually when I was trying to get to Rest. And it was like, oh, turn down here, and then you go up here, and I'm like, where, sorry? There's no names. There's no street names. There's nothing. There is, like, a pub, and that was pretty much the only way I could navigate myself, was looking for landmarks rather than streets. Probably the safest option. If in doubt, go to the pub. Either for a drink or for directions. Maybe a bit of both. I suppose if you're drunk, you probably don't notice you're lost. Making connections between stations is something I always get nervous about. Yeah. Sometimes we even rehearse getting to the stations. Oh no, I don't. I do that too, actually, and it does really help. Because some of them, some places can be busier than others, and if it's busy, then sometimes you can end up sort of getting, swept along in a direction with the crowd, and then not actually seeing where you're going. Or others, you can, sort of, some of them have different stops, so you may not end up where you need to be, kind of a thing. So I find it's always good, if I can, to sort of plan the route ahead of time so that I know which places I need to be, and like writing it down if possible. Sometimes even if I've done the route like ridiculous amount of times, I'd still check, because the thing with the trains is that they can just be completely unpredictable. Even if you've done the route 1,000 times, they can still switch it up on you and go like, ha! Well, we've been diverted to here today, so, you know, good luck finding your way home. Where? Where? What do you mean where? Ah, Spell in Alderson. I'm not sure I've been to that one, fortunately. Don't think I've had the pleasure. Sorry guys, I do realise I'm doing this one slightly out of the camera shot. Just actually putting the last pins in to this piece, and just thread that on now. So we're almost at the end of this bit. So this isn't going to be. Gotta head off now as dinner is ready. See you later. See you later. Come home. Enjoy dinner. I'm not going to be on for much longer anyway. I'm going to finish off this. Oh, I dropped the thread. I'm going to finish off this run, and then I'm going to call that it. So it's going to be a shorter stream. But as it's an impromptu one, I'm not sure anyone would mind too much. And then on tomorrow's we can get on with the second lot. And then, because there's no way I'm going to finish that whole run in 2 hours that I've got. But then, once that bit is finished, I will put those bits together. So we'll have these rows here, and then the next 2 rows. So that'll be 4 rows of the blanket, and then it'll start looking more like a craft patchwork blanket rather than just some bits of fabric. Oh. You smack my fingernail through the screen. That's a good start. Where did we get to? Okay, we got to there. So we've not got far to do left. Just past the sort of hour mark, and I think depending on how speedy I am, we might have like another 10-15. Possibly not that actually. Possibly another 5 or 10. It entirely depends. Ow. So I'm just causing chaos and destruction all over the place now. Just smacked my hand into the floor lamp. cursed sleeves falling down. Oh, I'm pulling on the wrong bit. That always helps. Pulling the needle back out of my hand instead of pulling the thread through. No worries, I was about to go make dinner anywho. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's sort of quite a common time for people to be making dinner this sort of time of day, so I'm thinking that's probably why people don't stream this late or this early. So I don't know whether to actually call it here and then finish this off on tomorrow, to be honest. I have a feeling it might just be you and me here, Joy. I don't have a problem with that, but it's like, I don't know if it's better to do that when I finish it when people are around. I'm also new to the streaming, so it's a little hard to gauge sometimes, but I generally want to sort of make it as enjoyable for people as I can. Yeah, I think I'll get to the end of this patch that I'm sewing, and then I think I'll call that it for today. Yeah, I've just been going just over an hour, and to be fair, it was like an impromptu stream. I didn't think I was going to be able to carry on for this for as long as I have, so I think I shall do this, call it here. If the darn thread would stop knotting up for absolutely no reason. I hate when it does this so much. Hey Will, welcome back. I hope it's not buffering as much for you now. I was just saying actually, so this could potentially be bad timing. I don't know whether to end it at this bit that I'm just finishing sewing. I've literally like got that much left to sew. So it's probably only going to be a couple of stitches. I'm saying I don't know whether to leave it here or to carry on for a bit longer. I might carry on for a bit longer if I've got more peeps in. But I'll finish to the end of this bit, because once we've got to this bit then I can open it all out and it'll look more like a blanket. And because I can only see one side of the pattern at a time, so I'm not actually sure what it's going to look like whether or not all the patches have lined up, or not lined up as it were. So I know some of them were sort of diagonal to each other, but I don't know whether any of them will be aligned, because I should have thought about that and I didn't think about it when I actually did it. I sort of just went with the patches that I had at the time, sort of just tried to randomise them. Which is great, of course, except if you happen to have a couple of patches that are the same right next to each other. I think it kind of ruins the aesthetic, although I don't know. How many patches we got left? I've got 3 left. Hi, Oshfried? I apologise if I'm mispronouncing your name, because I have no idea how to pronounce that at all. Get the quotes out. I was reckoning that this bit where I started a few moments ago, it's only going to take me about 5 or 10 minutes. It's taken me about 10 minutes. I didn't realise how much time I was actually spending on it. Sort of like goes by so quickly. I am speeding up a little, just because I want to finally take out all the pins and open this up and see how it looks. I can sort of run it across the desk so that hopefully you guys can see too. It's really bad. 5-minute delay in stop motion video. I'm sorry, Will. I mean, I've dropped a few frames, but I've dropped a whole lot less frames than I did yesterday, and it seemed alright then. Are you having any issues, Ojoy? Because I don't know whether it's Twitch, because I've had a lot of issues with Twitch recently. Not playing properly. Or whether it's Slobs. Although, Slobs reckons it's only using 20% CPU. And it's only running the camera, so I don't know if it's that. I'll have a quick look at my task manager and see what it's doing. So I've got noise cancelling headphones, so I can't hear how loud the fan is. Although the laptop's actually really cool, so. No. It's yeah, it's up to about sort of, it can go between anything from like 50 to 70% on the CPU. But the laptop itself is like cold as anything, so I don't think it's having an issue. No, I think it might be the internet, because it's saying that it's only going to like 200 kilobytes or something ridiculous. So I think it might be the internet that's the issue. So it does seem to be dropping more frames. Ugh. Oh, I thought it was just you. Okay, it's having problems then. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop there then. I'm gonna stop there, and hopefully tomorrow the internet will be working better. I don't really know what I can do with it, because if it's not working, then it's not working. Yeah, it's dropping to like 200 kilobytes, which is not good. At that speed, I could not even load Twitter, probably. So I'm gonna call that it for the moment. I think that's probably best.